What's good, fam? Y'all already know it's getting wild out here, but I promise you, ain't nobody out there breaking down the truth about Drake's courtroom mess like I'm about to. Forget what your TL been feeding you, cause there's stuff going down right now that his own fans trying to bury. This ain't no recycled story. This fresh, and it gets crazy. Bruh, we talking about an L so loud, you can hear it from Toronto to Compton. Drake just got caught up in a whole different kind of drama, one that got the whole rap game watching him like he's under a microscope. And if you was listening close, Kendrick Lamar pretty much predicted all this with them diss tracks. I'm about to show you how it all connects, how Drake's real life just got exposed in court, and why things will never be the same for dude after this. Oh yeah, and if you thought Kendrick was just rapping, nah, homie was prophesying. Let's get right to it, no warm up. Drake found himself straight up walking into a Toronto courthouse, not for no flex move, because his private business just got dragged into the spotlight. Hard. Whole thing hush hush, no media invited, but don't think for a second folks ain't pieced together enough to see this dude's world crashing down. So check it. Reports came through from a cat named David Lewis Wall, official court watcher out in Toronto. This ain't no blog rumor. This is a man spotting Drake surrounded by security, ducking press, looking tight-faced for real. Sketches leaked out show Drake going head-to-head against some woman most folks can't even ID. That's key, because it ain't Sophie Brousseau, the mother of his first son, Adonis. Sophie basically lived in Houston and France. So why is Aubrey in Toronto getting pressed by another woman? That's got some folks thinking Kendrick's bars about hitting families might not be all talk. But wait, before we slam the gavel, nobody even knew this was happening till that man Wall put the puzzle pieces together. He kept tabs on every move Drake made, logged all that courtroom secrecy, then blew the lid off April 2nd, 2025, when Drake finally walked up in the courthouse like a man who just lost his last hope at privacy. You should have seen the look. Dude was mad, like he ain't never been checked in public before. No IG filter for that L. Now y'all remember them Kendrick Lamar diss tracks? Remember when Kendrick went on air and said every single word in his songs was facts and not just random shade? I know a lot of people was clowning or doubting, but tell me this, how else do you explain Kendrick calling out Drake for hiding a family way before these court docs started moving? If you really peeped the way Kendrick been rapping, it's like he got a time machine. He called out Drake on Meet the Grams that said his truths was lies, asked about fatherhood, about loyalty, about hiding stuff from the world. We all thought it was sharp penmanship. Nah, it's looking prophetic. Drake getting summoned to family court right after that beef? Too much of a coincidence, my guy. This ain't a reach. It's damn near a blueprint for how to expose a pop star. So, back to the present. In this courthouse, security locked it down tight. Think about that. It ain't regular for a celebrity hearing to be that private, especially in Canada. They usually want transparency. Why Drake hiding? Why his team moving like the men in black? If Drake had nothing to hide, he'd be out here laughing it off. Instead, you got bodyguards pushing reporters out, only sketches slipping out to the public. It's looking like a whole operation meant to sweep this under the rug. Kendrick said the man wasn't living his truth. At this point, Kendrick's somewhere grinning because he knew the crash was coming. And here it is, and let's get into what's at the real heart of all this. Drake could be dodging questions about another kid or wilding in some ugly custody fight. The woman in the sketch ain't Sophie from the Pusha T beef, she a whole different story. So, hold up. If it ain't about Adonis, then who and what is this case about? Did Drake get another woman tied up in family court? Is he hiding some wild arrangement or trying to pay off someone to be quiet? Or is it just him treating another woman dirty and not wanting the details out? Rap fans been clowning him about hiding the world from his kid, but this time it's looking way deeper and nastier than a meme. Drake's PR tried to outsmart everybody. You probably know his buddy dropped that Nokia music video out of nowhere, right smack in the middle of these court dates hitting. Like, bro, who you trying to distract? You really think a music video can cover up legal drama? Come on. We all saw how he canceled huge chunks of that otherwise mid It's All a Blur tour too. People thought he was sick, travel issues. Nah, looks like the only thing sick was the way this man's personal business started boiling over. Real quick, if you're rocking with the breakdown so far, run up the likes and hit that subscribe. I got more evidence and madness coming up. You don't want to be the last to find out what really went down and what Kendrick got right. Trust, this story only gets wilder. So look, Drake's whole certified lover boy persona looking more like certified courtroom boy at this point. The cats at the courthouse said, dude tried every angle to keep it buried. Why is that, fam? If it's just a basic family dispute, you don't hire security and shut down the press. And if you ain't married, why they expecting you for family court unless it's about some real life, lifelong responsibility you've been trying to duck? His own tour was supposed to be the biggest flex of the year, and he had to did that hustle just cause court dates popped up out of nowhere. That ain't just a regular L, that's a generational L. All them tour shirts ain't worth nothing when your dirty laundry gets air dried in front of the whole world. Right now, the internet is split. On one end, Drake stands freaking out trying to say, it's all lies, haters making stuff up, get out of dude's business. But if you notice, even Drake not on IG posting funny captions like usual, and you got old heads in the game, other artists, rappers, some of them not even messing with the dude right now. Media outlets chasing court records, Real fans asking, how many more secrets is Buddy hiding? Even TMZ can't get through that courtroom door, and you know it's real when they can't sniff out a leak. But back to the Kendrick situation, cause this, the real wild part. If you run back those tracks, Not Like Us, Meet the Grahams, Kendrick dropping names, scenarios, receipts and all, when the beef started, a lot of people were like, nah, that's too OD, that's gotta be exaggeration. But the more this Drake court stuff comes out, the more Kendrick look like he ain't just rapping for sport. Aubrey should have stayed in his lane instead of trying to be king of the summer. Now bro, king of court cases. You peep the pattern yet? Drake throwing shots, Kendrick replying with precision, almost like he already knew what Drake was about to step into. Each move Drake been making lately is like he trying to patch a dam that already burst. Let's keep going, cause if you think this courtroom episode is the end of it, wait till you see the next couple chapters. There's crazy allegations, legal heat, and still more evidence popping up by the week. And the question gotta be, what could Drake have done to stop this from looking so messy? Why not address it straight instead of getting cooked in the court of public opinion and the literal courts? If the man just stepped up from jump, owned his mistakes, maybe even let folks in on the truth, he might not be the hero, but at least he controlled his own narrative. Instead, now the man look more like a meme than a mogul, with every move making it worse. Stick around, cause the next piece of this story is gonna force everyone, including his own fans, to wonder if they ever really knew this man at all. So here's where things start getting real sticky. And low-key, I don't even think Drake saw it coming. Right after all them hush-hush court sessions, Bro tried to play it off smooth like nothing to see here. But come on, once the court details started creeping out, everybody got questions. It's not even about clout chasing or haters. This is folks realizing that half the image Drake been selling wasn't all that solid after all. That mystery woman in court, the fact he dropped everything and jetted back from tour just to sit in front of a judge. There's no way it's something minor. Nah, this sound like somebody got receipts and Drake moving like he got a whole archive he never wanted the world to see. People been tracking his every move and the coincidences keep stacking up. He cancels a huge leg of the tour. Folks say maybe it's health, maybe he tired from that weak Nokia rollout. But real ones know he only dips that fast when he's dodging heat. Then the media blackout. We seen it all before, celebs trying to keep life's ugly parts private. But Drake ain't just any celebrity. His whole catalog is packed with vulnerable bars about love, trust, family, all that. But when it came to keeping it real with the public, that's when the act started falling apart. His handlers posted them cryptic IG stories like some riddle gonna throw everybody off the scent. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, you got legal teams clearing calendars and trying to muzzle anybody who got close to the story. But guess what? Court documents hit different. That paper trail never really lies. And every day folks get a little closer to piecing it all together. With all that going on, you got Kendrick just watching and waiting, not saying a word, man pressing play on his own songs, probably smirking at every headline. Remember, Meet the Grahams? Kendrick told the world Drake got a whole other side he keeps in the shadows, a family or maybe kids that folks never even heard about. Bro was planting the seeds for this minute right here, and the garden looking real fruitful. If it turns out that court case got anything to do with a second child or another messy situation with a woman he kept out the spotlight, how do you come back from that? It ain't about being perfect. Nobody's looking at these rappers like saints. But when your whole brand is built on being transparent and unbothered, every hidden chapter hit 10 times harder. You got fans now looking back at every album, every lyric about loyalty and being a provider, just wondering if the real Drake been hiding behind smoke and mirrors this whole time. And if that ain't enough, consider how wild the fan base is reacting. Internet on fire. You got diehard supporters bending over backwards to defend him, throwing up theories like fake woman, industry plant. This is all some elaborate setup. But the law don't care about PR. The court don't care how many Billboard hits you got. This is about money, paternity, real life consequences, and how a dude as famous as Drake been ducking accountability for years. On the flip side, you got Kendrick fans, trolls, and honestly, a lot of regular rap fans finally seeing years of suspicions confirmed. Dude moves shaky when the lights ain't on. So now both sides arguing, memes flying, think pieces getting pumped out daily, and all the while Drake posted up looking like he's seen a ghost every time a camera flash. Ain't nothing low-key about this anymore. But let's get extra for a second. Imagine if Drake actually just came clean, not in a record, but on some grown man, let me own my mess kind of moment. Like, bruh, if you fumbled it, just say it. Instead of wasting time playing Distractathon with new singles or paying for more secrecy, he could have gone public, cleared the air, flipped the narrative. Maybe not been a hero, but at least respected for telling the truth. But nah, he picked damage control and got caught up deeper. Tour dates gone, public opinion shattered, and now you got the OGs in the game looking at him like a cautionary tale. Even folks who ain't had beef with Drake looking at how fast this went left. Like, if he really the biggest in the world, how come he can't control his own story? There's another angle to all this too, and that's the bigger shadow Kendrick Lamar been casting. Since the beef broke out, Kendrick been plotting chess while Drake stuck playing checkers, recycling the same gaslight bar and sad boy tactic. But Kendrick, he took the beef outside the booth, Man got the internet playing detective, made every Drake rumor feel possible. Kendrick say you was hiding a child, and the next thing you know, court docs got folks believing that's literally what's happening. So wild how a couple songs and a few sharp bars started this domino fall and Drake falling harder than anybody since. You gotta give Kendrick that W. He cooked up receipts, planted seeds on wax, and now got his rival melted down in the public eye. No song, no apology, just the weight of his own words coming full circle. And you gotta think about the impact on hip hop as a whole. Drake been untouchable for so long, never really checked, except for that brief Pusha T scenario. Now the system itself got him cornered. Never mind the fans or haters. Other artists watching like, that could be me next. Courtroom cam footage got more views than his last single, and everybody waiting on the next update like it's the Super Bowl. Media heads poking around, legal teams scrambling, but the culture is shifting. Folks saying that even at the top, the crown heavy, and if your empire built on half-truths, it only take one slip to unravel it all. In the end, this is a story about accountability, a lesson anybody in the spotlight should be learning from. The era of being untouchable is over. Still, let's not get it twisted. Drake is still that guy for a huge chunk of folks, at least for now. Dude got loyal fans and more number ones than most rappers see in their whole life. But the trust, that's shrinking. It ain't just the memes or the jokes online. It's folks really questioning if they ever saw the real man or just another carefully packaged pop star fantasy. If Aubrey want to come back, if he want to regain the respect he's now rapidly losing, he got to show up for real, issue a statement, face the music, literally and figuratively. If he keep dodging, keep hiding in the courtroom in the shadows of his own making, best believe the crowd gonna move on. There's always somebody new, always a realer story waiting to be heard. That's facts. So what's next for Drake? That's up in the air. He could double down, keep trying to outmaneuver the drama, but history showed that never ends well. Or he could own up, pull a move nobody saw coming, and start being the man he always claims in his music. Kendrick forced his hand, and now the whole world waiting to see what Aubrey gonna do. Either he fix up, or people gonna keep airing him out until the mask fully slips and he left with nothing but regret and court fees. Let me leave y'all with this. Sometimes you gotta fall all the way down before you realize the real climb is owning what you did and rebuilding from scratch. Drake took a monumental L in front of the world, no question. But if there's a redemption, it's only gonna happen if he stops running and starts talking straight. If you think he about to make that real comeback, or you think this is the end of certified lover boy for good, drop your thoughts in the comments. Ain't no censors here. I wanna know what the real ones think. If you rocking with this breakdown, hit that like and subscribe so you never miss a single detail the blog's too scared to talk about. We bringing the truth every time. Don't get hit with the FOMO when the story takes its next crazy turn. Much love for sticking with me all the way, and keep your eyes open, cause this drama, far from over. Catch y'all in the next vid. Peace.